In sport, just like in life, there are always people who steal the show. People whose performances are so good that they overpower the rest of their team, much like Gill, Jaiswal and Jadeja in this year's IPL. This video is not about them. This video is about those people whose performances may have gone unnoticed. It's about the players whose contributions to the team may not be known instantly, but without them, the team wouldn't have performed the way that it did. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the most underrated squad of IPL 2023, according to the data. For our top 3, we have got players who have been striking over 140 in the power play for their team all season. Side note, although I've added Gaikwad to this list, he doesn't really qualify as underrated, since he was half of the title-winning CSK's opening duo that scored 46.5% of their runs this season. Okay, so first up is David Warner, a player criticized by many this season because of his slow scoring rate. To be fair to him, his strike rate in the power play has been great. In fact, it is almost the same as Shubman Gill's. He just hasn't received enough support from the rest of his team's batters. Next up is Jason Roy, who had been out for half of the season, but as soon as he came into KKR's squad, he had an instant impact. One area where he played phenomenally was against the spinners, striking at over 200 with an average of 33. To round up our top 3 batsmen, we've got the player who's no doubt had the best comeback of the IPL, Ajinkya Rahane. The way he was effortlessly hitting the ball was just a treat to watch, and his numbers are just as jaw-dropping as his batting. He was striking at 208 in the power play with an average of 125, and against pace, his strike rate went up to 226. What a beast. For the middle order, we've got 2 players who have done a lot of the scoring behind the scenes for their teams this season. The first of these 2 is Nehal Wadera, a player who rose to prominence this season with Mumbai Indians. He supported Sky adeptly in the middle overs, scoring at 148 with an average of 78.5. The second player completing our duo is Nicholas Pooran. Originally LSG's finisher, he had been called upon many times to rescue them from a collapse, and his numbers suggest that he has done a pretty good job at that. Lastly, completing our batting order is the finisher, Dhruv Jurel. He had some great performances this season for Rajasthan Royals, scoring at a strike rate of 213 with an average of 37 at the death. The only problem, in my opinion, was that he wasn't trusted enough, often coming in during the 17th or 18th over after 6 or 7 wickets had fallen. Before we continue, I've got a quiz for you guys. In the previous video, I asked you who had the highest strike rate versus spin this season. Many of you answered, but only one got the correct answer, which was Rashid Khan. He was striking at a massive 205.9 against spinners. Now, my question to you is, who do you think has the highest strike rate versus pace this season? Once again, the only criteria is that he should have scored at least 100 runs, not necessarily against pace. Let me know your answer in the comment section, and I'll pin the right answer. Moving on, we've got our opening bowlers. Starting us off is Deepak Chahar, a player who was injured for half of the season, but who instantly started taking wickets for CSK once he was back. He took 10 of his 12 wickets in the power play with an economy rate of 8.2. Our second bowler is Jason Behrendorff. A decent swinger of the ball, he took 8 wickets this season with an economy of 7.9 in the power play for Mumbai Indians. His performances toward the back end of the season were vital in Mumbai's qualification to the playoffs. Next up, we've got the prize spinners. These boys did their jobs in silence, controlling the middle overs and providing their teams with breakthroughs when they needed them the most. First up is the veteran Piyush Chawla, who's arguably had the second best comeback, only behind Rahane. He had the highest number of wickets in the middle overs this season, having taken 21 wickets for MI between over 6 and 16. What a legend. The second half of our spin duo is Varun Chakravarti. In a disappointing season for KKR, Varun was one of the best things that happened for them. He took wickets for them in the power play, middle overs, as well as the death. When KKR needed a wicket, Varun was there. Lastly, we've got our death bowler. And this one might surprise many. Heck, I can even bet my future home that it'll surprise every one of you watching. But before I reveal his name, let me go through a few notable mentions who I couldn't fit into the team and are therefore our impact subs. Sub number 1 is Tilak Varma, who was just clobbering bowlers for fun in all phases of the game this season. Number 2 is Jitesh Sharma, Punjab's prized wicketkeeper batsman. He was phenomenal for PK, striking the ball effortlessly in the middle overs and sometimes even death. Next up is Jitesh's teammate, Liam Livingstone. He also had a good season, striking at 172 overall and a massive 334 in the death. Sub number 4 is Tushar Deshpande, CSK's revelation, who took wickets in the power play and the death, nailing the Yorkers as well. Our last sub is SRH's Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who bowled brilliantly in the death this season, taking 12 wickets at an economy of 9.2. Alright, the time has come to reveal our death bowler. Any guesses? Well, they're wrong. Because our death bowler, dear viewers, is none other than Yuzvendra Chahal. Crazy, right? Well, let's take a look at his numbers to try and justify this absurdity. Chahal has bowled 84 balls in the death this season, taking 12 wickets at an economy rate of 8. The only other players who bowled better than him in the death are Matisha Patirana and Mohit Sharma. Would I take him in my team solely as a death bowler? Probably not. But this video is about the most underrated players, and Chahal is definitely an underrated death bowler. There you have it, the most underrated 11 of IPL 2023. Do you think I missed any players? Do let me know in the comment section, along with your answer to who you think had the highest strike rate versus pace this season. If you like this video, you'll probably enjoy this one as well, in which I select the best 11 of this season's IPL according to the data, much like in this one. Go on, I'll see you there.